revenge, stolen identities, and new friends, all coming up on season 2 of You.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz.
Hey, so welcome everybody. I can't believe it is time for You, the most anticipated episode, and season 1 is already here, a fresh start.
Yeah.
So, I have all of our guest hosts here tonight. It's going to be Tequila. I'll be your resident host. We also have Cody, who's going to be our male host and insider perspective, and the super and observant one herself, Miss Takira Shabray.
Hello.
We will be +1. We have one more coming later, but we will be your 4 perspectives on You this season. So let's get into it. Cody, give me your overall thoughts on first episode, A Fresh Start.
So far, so good. It's still, the show gives me a little bit of anxiety, but in a good way. I'm always like waiting for the next thing to happen, and they've done a great job with the start of this season. I'm very eager to get into episode 2.
Thanks, Cody. What about you, Takira?
My talking over the episode probably makes Cody's anxiety even that much worse, because I'm like, no, oh my gosh, and he's like sitting right beside me. So it's like, I'm sorry.
Like notice things, and I'm like, what happened?
And I'm still sitting there the whole time trying to keep mellow, because I know how quick things can turn or twist, or a new thing comes up and it gives me a whole nother revelation. So I'm sitting there trying to plot, prediction this. Oh no, well, that's all I escaped out. So it kind of goes hand in hand. I think we'll first talk about, we'll kind of get into the nitty gritty carryover from last season into this one. We found that Candace is alive. So what are your thoughts or possibilities on her revenge, and how do you think she's going to enact that to Joe? Or are we calling him Will?
I guess
he's Will now.
We'll call him Will. So when we talk about
him and Candace, he's Joe. But
okay,
we'll call him Joe.
We'll kind of. Okay, he'll always be Joe. Let's start there. Okay,
he'll
great.
Always be Joe.
So what do you think the revenge Candace will pose on Joe will be like? What does it look like?
This is like very interesting, because it kind of leads to going back to my anxiety with the show. I don't trust like any of the new people we've met, and I feel like they somehow are tied back to Candace, because her whole thing was like, oh, I'm gonna make your life fall apart around you. Like, that's my revenge. Like, you can't go to jail. Like, I'm not gonna turn you in. I'm not gonna kill you.
Right.
I'm gonna make your life fall apart. And I feel like I don't trust like any of these new characters. I'm like, you have a connection with Candace, or you have a connection with Candace. I just don't see it yet.
Yeah.
That's a great perspective. I didn't even think about that. Okay, I'm going to have to keep that in note so we can come back to that in later episodes. Takira, how about you?
That was one of my predictions. I would say her revenge is definitely going to be, one, she's already done it. She's gotten inside of his head. So he's already walking down the street paranoid, thinking that she's watching. So she's already done half of her revenge. Like, I'm alive. That's going to eat you up inside. You are paranoid like crazy. But I don't think she'll hunt him down in LA, but I 100% think she's going to align the right people that he would never even expect, and that person's going to do exactly to him like he did to others.
So I'm going to agree with you both. I think, Cody, your perspective just heightened mine a little more, because I feel like Candace is going to be his match. Usually he can get around and wheel his way out of things, and we know how many murders did he commit last season that he got away with. But I think Candace is going to be his match, and then I like to tag on to what you said, Cody, how somebody in this new season of Circles is kin to her, or they've been working and plotting against him for so long that I wouldn't be surprised if it's Love Quinn, but we'll never know. We'll see soon enough in the season. But yes,
the nice prediction talk will be amazing.
Yeah, it will be. It's going to be interesting how often it twists and turns throughout just the season as well.
Oh yeah.
So we'll talk a little bit about Candace. Were you at all, what's the right word, at all surprised at how calm she is in enacting her revenge, or coming to face with the person who ultimately left her for dead?
I don't want to say I was surprised. It's just it's eerie the way she's so calm. Like, she comes in and she's just, I just want French fries and a milkshake. And he's like, no, what on earth do you want from me? I thought you were dead.
Right.
And she's like, I just want French fries. We'll talk about it.
I would be calm. Are you kidding me? Like, you think I'm dead? I got all the power in the world right now. Of course I'm calm.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
I'm chilling. I'm having a milkshake. I have my fries with my ranch on the side. I'm calm as heck because I have the power. So
that's
100%, I'm not surprised at all. Because if someone tried to kill you and they left you for dead, she said, what do you say? You wouldn't have just left me there, right? If you thought I was dead. So how would you feel? You'd wake up worried, okay, a little pissed, and then you're like, okay, oh hell no, and they don't know I'm alive. Oh, I cannot wait to see their face when they see that I'm alive. So she's on the upper hand right now. She's winning.
Well, it irked me a little bit. I expected, because if you think someone leaves you for dead or attempted to even kill you, I'm coming back with a vengeance first. So my coolness may come along later because I know I have a plan for his life now, and it's going to be destructive. But at first, I want to scare him. I want to see him like plead for mercy or something. I want my revenge up front. And then I'm going to torture you. Exactly. That may sound a little crazy. I'm sorry. But yeah, and later I'm going to just, maybe so. I might have to agree with the psycho parts in the show. So we'll get to that.
She's had so much time to think about her revenge too. Like she even says like, oh, I saw Beck's book came out 4 months ago. And that's when I was like, oh, you did it again. So she's been thinking about it for at least 4 months. Like, how am I going to get him?
She's been, technically dead, or air quotes here for those of us listening. Like a year and a half?
Yeah, something like that.
So yeah, she's had some time.
So
I can't wait.
I think I can't. We have Takira's later on in the segment or the show. We'll have Takira's segment, creepy, crazy, or cute, and I think that's going to also add enticement to our show. But before we get in and give all readers another reason to listen, Cody has a special announcement for us all.
Oh yeah, guys. We just want to say thank you for making us the ESPN of TV Talk. If you're watching us on YouTube, please follow, give us some thumbs up, talk to us in the comments, write us some nice things. If you're listening to us on iTunes, subscribe. Also give us some good ratings. We're very happy to have you guys listening to us and watching us. And I know I'm very thankful to be here. This is really exciting. I'm like the resident newbie on the show, and I'm super stoked to be here. And we just are really thankful for your love and support. So thank you guys.
Yeah.
And as always, if you really want to get in contact and try to be like a part of the show while we're doing our episodes, the quickest way we can read comments and interact with you all is through the chat. So, go to youtube.com/AfterBuzz.tv/you, and you can come in and chat with us while we're on air live, and we'll read some of your comments and questions and concerns there.
Oh, I love coming for the comments.
Yes,
too.
And sometimes they're even more spicier than what we think of. Exactly.
This show, it's like the comments are the after party of this after party.
I like that. Definitely.
I love them.
So speaking of comments, and sometimes we have people who go into the social media world, and I guess we can call it catfishing, what might be the first thing we know of, but we find out that Joe is stolen an identity to make a fresh start in Los Angeles. So in order to open that whole burst of can of worms, let's see. First, have you ever thought just about changing your names? What would give you a reason to want to make a new identity or changing your names?
Ooh. I've never thought
like
about
in
it.
real life, though, not because you're a killer. We don't keep that.
I was about to say,
because for Joe, we know he's a killer, but
I can't give that on air.
They'll
come for me.
Okay.
No, I've been married, and I know what it's like to. I've been married.
Go through that process of
I am married. Yeah, and to go through the process of changing driver. He already had to go to the DMV, and I got a flashback because I went this morning.
Oh wow!
I can't do that, so I don't want to change my name. But
great point, because my part is the process of having to change your name, having to fake pictures and identity, and from here on to the rest of your life, everything you apply for, jobs, visas, whatever, it always has that one question: have you ever been known by another name? So will he ever put Joe in
Of course
that?
not.
And how does that come around to...
I'd be the loser that would still go by my last name on accident. Somebody would say something really similar to my name. I'm like, huh? Oh, yeah, that's not me.
So then you might set yourself up that way. Yeah. Well, the stolen identity part and Joe is like a new low, I think. We'll see more, of course, as the show unfolds. But what do you think as far as why he went after Will? What's the suspect's reason that now we see he's locked up he's not only in a storage unit, but he's also in another cage inside the storage unit.
I'm like, first of all, how many cages are there in this show?
How can he build them?
It looks just like the one at the bookshop too.
It does.
I have so many questions. How'd you get it there? But
that was a big storage unit. That's a hefty bill.
It is.
But I think what's his name? Will Bettelheim.
Something
Bettelheim.
like
Bettelheim. There we go. Bettelheim. I think he mainly just wanted him for his apartment, and poor Will just lived right in the right. I mean, he wanted the second floor. We found out at the end of episode 1 that it wasn't just a coincidence.
Yeah, he knew where.
He knew exactly where he wanted to live. Unfortunately, poor Will just had the penthouse that he had his eye on. So.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but I think that's really his only reasoning. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, it seems like he just wanted to be in that area, I guess, to get Love. Her name is Love. What a fun thing that's going to be.
Yes.
He fell in.
But then at the end of the episode, they show us like all the reasons he was going after Love, and he looks at her in the freaking telescope because he's a big old creep.
Yes.
And we find out that she does happen to live in the area. What a coincidence.
Yeah.
And I also feel like this season, or at least this first episode from last season, he moved much quicker. I feel like they're doing things in reverse because it took a little time for us to get the background and his interest in Beck.
Mm-hmm.
To this first episode of season 2 is like, bam, we already see, we don't know the why yet, but we see he's already been stalking her for a while. He knew where she worked, so that's why he's now employed at Nirvana, aka whatever Nirvana is backwards.
Anavrin.
Okay, we'll take Takira's pronunciation for that. Thanks. Yeah. And then we also see just how already descriptive his plot is. So I wonder where the two bridges, and maybe it comes back to your thought from Candace, the two bridges though align from New York or from Brooklyn to LA.
Why LA?
So where does that come from? So I'll be interested in seeing that throughout the part of the story.
I thought it was very interesting that at the beginning of the episode we see that he's trying not to stalk her. And, having his lovely fantasy on the outside and all that good stuff. He's, trying to be the good person to stop. But then we're like, dude,
it's what he's doing.
You've been doing this for 2.5, 3 weeks or so, and we're just seeing, at first I felt bad for him. I was like, oh, he's trying to get better.
Right.
But I'm like, oh, wait a second. You've already been stalking her for 2 weeks. You might as well have your fantasy in the back of the restaurant. I don't know. It's a little strange.
So I felt bad for her because my thought process was like, oh, she's making it too easy for him.
You felt
for
bad
love.
for love.
Yes.
She came in real
Because I'm
strong.
like, you're making it too easy for him. You don't know who he is. And apparently, maybe she's still going through some type of emotional loneliness from losing her husband.
From killing her.
Early prediction? Okay. Well, we'll wait till that part. We'll wait. But to give him, to be in so easy, and you don't know this guy. And she said he is smart, complex, and dark. Exactly. So I'm like, that may be what you want to look for, but because we know what Joe is capable of, just not in him. Please.
Girl, keep your butt peaches to yourself.
But
right?
Yeah, there we go. And we haven't seen any fringe yet of hers, but it makes me a little nervous because then I'm suspect of her as well. Are you trying to run game on Joe as well? So are you at some point going to clash because you have this whole let me be genuine and be kind, and I see you and hear books that you may like, and you're bringing him in one realm, but you don't know how quick his mind can change on you.
Mm-hmm.
She read him just like he reads others.
Exactly.
She was like, it's not that you're uptight, you're old-fashioned. You like things, and it's literally the female version of him. And I'm like, oh, hold on a second, girl. And she has a love for books.
Yes.
Right, and kind of old school, Wave Man's Heart is Through His Stomach. She freaking went out and fed him. She wined and dined him.
As a guy, you would drop down
straight up. I have gone from hating people to loving them because they made me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I was it's that nurturing thing. I'm like,
that's all it takes.
You might care, nice. Or at least for today. My excitement a little bit from that, though, is that what if she is a mirror for Joe? and maybe they become friends because they are so close, and maybe she has, just a whole nother branch off of, now you have Joe and Love who are
my
friends.
Prediction.
Okay, so we'll get into it more then. Okay.
I'm keeping it because it's so good.
So do you, just a generic question, do you suspect that we'll hear more about her husband and maybe what he 100%. Died from and what the cause was? Do you think Joe has something to do with it that she might not be aware of? Or is it totally just her story?
Nah.
I think it's her story, but I think there might be a twist to it.
There's a twist, yeah. But
okay.
I'm interested to see what Cody's twist is.
So we're going to go a little more into the quick, for me, I'll say it was quick, scene between Joe and his mom. Little Joe we seen and his mom at the ocean. I presume that might have been, I feel like it was in L.A., but...
it could have New York, maybe?
New York somewhere, like, Coney Island or something like that. Or okay. But that was a great little snippet of insight to his life.
Oh, gosh.
Sorry, I'm
What's going
laughing
on,
because
Cody?
I didn't realize that was a flashback. I was like, who are these people? I was so curious. And I was like, and then we never saw me, and I was like, and then, I was gonna bring it up. I was like, "You guys, who were those people at the beach?"
I had no idea
it was a flashback.
Here's your answer. Yes. So little Joe.
His light bulb literally went off.
So we have little Joe and his mom.
Yeah.
Got it. All caught up.
Just so it was my perception. I don't know if we're supposed to assume that he was left as a child, because I know that was a part of his life that he kind of introduced us to season 1.
Right.
That, a little bit of abuse and that sort of thing. So do you guys think that was the moment that he was left? Did his mom ever come back? Are we supposed to assume that she never came back?
It seems that way, but I kind of feel like that's a disappearing act that she does, and she does come back because I think he even said, like, "Oh, where were you?" And she's like, "Oh, I was getting sunscreen." So I think she dips out and she comes back. Because then he even looks back twice, and the second time she's just gone, vanished.
Interesting. Okay.
And there's a part where she's waiting for him to walk off that her eyes go from loving, go ahead, build the sandcastle, to hurry up so I can get away type maniacal thing that changed. And I feel like she will come back for a moment, and hopefully we get to dissect this a little more throughout the season. But then we'll see the real reason why he was abandoned and what she's done in the background, or sadly cause her son to go crazy.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Poor guy.
So, do you think? So I have my little thought process, but do you think new friends so far in this episode that Joe may have? No.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
No. Will is no. I don't think he's gonna have some real friends. It's like mirror image of is Ellie like the new Paco?
Yeah, right.
Well, okay, good point.
I guess we'll go with her, but that's a little strange.
Because of either you from Los Angeles, born, raised, or you've been here for a while. Takira,
wow. I'm from Tennessee.
Okay, I'm from Atlanta. So in that instance of Ellie maybe being the new Paco, or the relationship wise between her and
similar.
Joe, yes. When you moved to LA, did you find any other comfort or any other way to make LA like Tennessee or like home? And same for you, Cody. When you travel to other areas, is there something, a comfort food or anything of that nature for you to want to make sure you still bringing LA with you to where you go? Food?
I think food for sure. I mean, Will is trying to... In the show, it's clear that he's trying not to make too many new friends and not really be noticed. He just wants his girl. He just wants to scope out, be creepy, get a stalker on, get some love, pun intended, and make, it in the day. But I don't know. I mean, I think obviously getting to know friends is really easy in a new city, but I don't think Will wants that. I think he's almost leave me alone. I just want my lady.
He kind of kept saying a couple times that he's trying to just be there real quick. He was like, I'm just going to be here for a minute. I'm just going to pop on Instagram for a quick bit. I'm just trying to get in and out. There's something else going on that he said he's trying to be unpredictable. So he went to LA because he was like, people know I don't like LA, so why would I go there? No one's going to want to find me there. But there's obviously some other reason he's there.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
Or he didn't think he was going to be there long, and then he saw love, and he was like, dang it, I guess I'll stay a while.
So we're going to go a little deep. It's going to be a little roller coaster ride because Takira has a very cool and interesting segment for us called Creepy, Crazy, or Cute. And we're going to toss it over to Takira to explain her segment and get us involved for the game.
Yes, so hit my music. This is Creepy, Crazy, or Cute. So it is a point where we share our cute or a little crazy things that kind of tickle our fancy from the episodes. So I guess I'll kick it off with, you guys recently known me, but I'm really observant. I will recognize how many times you bat your eyes, and I will swear it means something. So very observant. I think it's really creepy that he observes obviously everything that she wears, going to love, everything she's wearing, her shirt, it's dingy. You like all of that is so creepy. But I'm a little weird that I think it's so cute.
I was going to say the same thing.
So cute. So I would be the one to be like, oh my gosh, ooh, I should probably get a restraining order, but will you marry me? Let's go on a date.
Right?
So yeah, that's my creepy, crazy, cute. I think it's both. It's creepy and it's cute. So.
And it kind of ties back to Beck, how like she wanted to be seen, and it's like to have someone know all that information about you is like, how the hell do you know all that information about me?
Yeah.
But it's also like, oh, you noticed? Like, how sweet.
Right.
I think you just tied in the crazy part.
Yeah.
Because,
That's
again, maybe
crazy.
he's learning from one conquest to the next. Things that, okay, so Beck liked to be noticed, and for me to say, you had on this shirt, it brings out your eyes, or whatever the comment may be. So he's bringing that over now for his affection to love Quinn. So her name is going to be problematic.
Quinn.
Yeah,
so.
to Quinn. So I think we got all three. Crazy part, the cute, and the creepy.
Yeah. What did you guys notice from that episode that was kind of creepy, crazy, cute?
Something that I think was creepy, maybe was maybe a little crazy, is
maybe
that the neighbor girl, the 15-year-old
Ellie.
Oh yeah.
She was on the roof videoing him.
Yeah,
And
it was
they make us think that it's Candace or someone working for Candace. And then he goes up there and it's her, and her phone gets knocked off, and that was it. It's just like, she's like,
yeah.
Oh, I think she lied. She's like, I was filming a school project. Like, no, you weren't.
She was lying.
You were being a creep.
Yeah. But then again, she was like, I was doing a movie for school. It's kind of cute.
Yeah.
Right?
But, lady.
And then he got her the new phone and to say sorry. A little excessive, but he was trying to do some damage control before her big sister came and
Very much so.
beat him up.
And I like her authority when she first met Joe, too. Like, if you touch her, if you mess with her, she would cut off his testicles or whatever her verbiage was at that part. Aggressive and, like, stand away. And if I was Joe, she would be the one that, okay, I need to not come into her space or to tear it.
Definitely like a big sister.
Yes,
big sister
definitely.
Love. Yeah. So, yeah, that segment's definitely for the things that kind of tread the thin line. So anything that you see from the show that's like, you know what, that could be both creepy and crazy, little insane, post them in the comments below, because I know that we miss like probably tons of stuff. But keep it in the back of your head when you're watching these episodes, because there's a lot of creepy stuff that if you stop and think, you're like, oh my God, that's actually kind of cute.
Yeah. Which might make us crazy.
Which makes us crazy.
Well, thank you again, Takira, for that segment. Again, the best way for you to join in is to follow us on the chat. Comment your creepy, crazy, cute, as Takira said, and we'll let the audience know what you think as well.
Yeah.
So, best
maybe get
part,
some shout outs.
Of course. Yeah, of course. We will shout you out as well. The best part, or the most complicated part of the show for me, is always predictions. So let's get into some.
AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Takira, do you want to take it away first?
Oh, man. Sure.
Put you on the spot a little bit.
It's so funny because right before we even watched this episode, I told Cody and I was like, Beck's not dead. That's kind of like, that's reaching. But anyway, I just had to mention.
I think it's plausible.
Candace wasn't dead, or is not dead. So
I kind of didn't think she was dead at the end of season 1. But
towards the end, it seemed like, oh, she's around.
Yeah.
But my main prediction is 100%. I do not trust Love. I don't trust her whatsoever. I think she is 100% planted by Candace. Or somebody in the Beck. Like, if she just, she's a very LA girl, maybe she moved. Like, I don't trust it. And the fact that she is literally the female version of him, Candace was very specific. She was like, I'm going to make you recognize you, that when you realize who you are, you're going to wish I turned the cops on you. So it's literally doing the exact thing that Candace said that she wanted to do. So this chick is reading him up and down, little insane, a little scary. That's my prediction. I don't trust Love. Don't trust Love a bit.
I completely agree with that. Love she came on way too strong. I think not to make it sound weirder than it is, I feel like she's bait for him. Like, I think Candace is using her like, oh dude, like, make it easy for him to freaking go for you. Yeah. And then, but I have a similar prediction with Love. Well, not similar, but another prediction about Love is I think that Love killed her husband. Because they were only together for, they were married she was married 3 years ago, so 2016. And she was like, he died a year ago. And the first, I don't know why, but maybe that's just my sick brain. But the first thing I thought was like, she cooks, she poisoned him. Yeah. Because she said the doctors couldn't figure out why he was sick.
Couldn't figure out why. And that was a good point. Like, literally in the middle of the show, he was like, she cooks, he poisoned. I was like, dang, you're good. I was like, I like him.
That's a little...
It's good.
That is great insight to that, because I would not have thought about that, but now that you say that, it's a good point. Oh, yeah. You know what? Great thing we have tape, so we can go back and watch our predictions and see what actually comes true or not. I've been trying to, since we watched the episode, to find out what was the third friend, Peach, Beck, and I can't remember the third friend. Blythe. Okay. Her. I think she has something to do with one of the characters. I think she knows that he was a part of killing Peach. So I feel like if not Ellie and the PR lady, she's going to come back in the midst of knowing somebody in this circle. Ooh, and she's going to be the connection too. And maybe her and Candace are now friends because she's read Beck's book, and all of this can of beans and worms are going to spill out eventually throughout the season. Yeah, because her revenge is going to be trying to get the killer, Joe, of Peach's death. So I think maybe,
that's good.
And she's always kind of been outside because Peach and Beck had that relationship when they for season 1. So I feel like because she's lost her friends. We don't know about Beck yet. That's what the air quotes were for. That she's going to be somebody else that's going to target Joe, but she can't show her face. So,
and you know what? There was the chick in season 1. They were at a house party, Beck and Joe, and I can't remember the chick that went up to him, and she was like, "I know about you and Candace."
Yeah.
Remember?
Her name was like.
She was the
Jessica
dark.
I remember.
And she was like, it's so crazy how she just up and disappeared like that.
Yes.
So, there has to be some people that kind of know.
She was very nonchalant about it when they were talking.
Yeah, and then it's like, wait a second, Candace, then Beck. That's a good prediction.
I think we all are great because I'm getting excited now. I'll kind of twined it all in together, and it's eventually something of the 3 will come out. But again, as always, thank you for watching. We will be back next week with episode 2. And before we go, we'll have Cody tell you where you can find him for next week and throughout the week.
You can find me on Instagram at Cody Epp, and you can also catch me on our L Word channel, Generation Q, as well as Project Runway.
Yeah, and you can find me, Takira Chabray, on Instagram and Twitter at Takira_Chabray. And also in the comments, I love to come for the comments. I love to read them and respond, especially predictions and stuff, and drop your crazy, creepy cues.
Hey, I like that. And of course, I'm Taquaila Jackson. You can follow me at Taquaila_I am. And stay tuned for us next week. We'll see you same time. Bye.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.